Alright, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is January 22nd, 2026. Hope everyone's day is going well. Today I'm looking to get a lot of work done, be extremely productive, go over a couple things. So, yeah, let's get into it. First, I would say, obviously, education. Education comes first, so I already started off this morning by doing a lot of that schoolwork. It's been a very productive morning. I was learning about advanced statistics. Now I'm going into, let me double check. Okay, so now I'll be going into argumentative writing, well, an advanced version, and chemistry data analysis. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so basically today I studied for a total of, let me double check, 5 hours, basically. It is 12:30 as I'm recording this. I was studying since around 7:30 a.m. It looks bright in this video montage because this is only me studying like half of one subject, which was, I was studying math. So yeah, hopefully we can get through most of the things that I want to study by the end of the deadline, so to speak. So yeah, enjoy the rest of the time lapse. It's not much, but yeah, here's the time lapse. All right, so let's get into the daily principle. Basically, today I want to talk about politics and major global events and the financial markets, etc. After that, I want to go into more of the personal side of things, talk about some things that could help us as people and some things that I really admire. And yeah, let's get into it. Okay, January 22nd, 2026. I'm not really good at this yet, so I've prepared a little bit of the stuff that I want to talk about on a script. So if I look like I'm reading all the time, I promise I'm not reading all the time, just like 99% of the time. I just don't want to say something completely stupid, so yeah, let's get into this. Also, this is like my 50th retake. I just want to demonstrate how much I'm trying to get my point across and how much work and effort I'm putting into educating you guys in the proper manner. So here's what actually happened in the last 20 hours, and it is a lot bigger than the headlines suggest. Markets moved up, not because anything's fixed, but because nothing blew up. Tariff threats softened, Greenland drama passed, US, European, and Asian equities all rebounded. Not euphorically, just enough for risk on. This is a relief rally, pure psychology, and panic paused. Money flowed back in, and that's all it takes to make the market stable again. But don't mistake it for confidence, because bonds, government bonds, tell a different story. Yields on 10-year treasuries tick slightly down, but corporate debt spreads remain tight. Investors are watching liquidity like hawks, and central banks can't relax. They can't cut aggressively, inflation is still sticky, and credit conditions are tighter than they appear. So, one surprise headline and the calm evaporates. That's how volatile the market is right now. You know, someone could say something stupid and the entire market's going to crash again. Anyway, now moving on to geopolitics. Davos wrapped up, which is the billionaire ski resort event that I talked about yesterday. And yesterday it was more on the optimistic side, today it was more on the realistic side. European leaders admitted it. Great power politics is back. And cooperation only exists when convenient for our government or other governments. Germany said it plainly. Post-Cold War stability is over. Supply chains are being shortened, defense budgets are increasing, energy corridors are being secured, strategic reserves are being rebuilt. Europe is hedging quietly, systematically, because the world isn't going to wait. The US shifted tone, less confrontation, more deal making. Markets cheered, allies watched because tone is cheap, and policy is conditional. Commitments can reverse overnight as well, which is a really big, no-no for the markets, because the second that, like I said, someone says something stupid, the entire market's going to crash again. Okay, where were we? The administration signaled willingness to mediate conflicts, but only when interests align. I'm talking about the US. Debt levels are high, corporate leverage is elevated, sovereign balance sheets are stretched, and any shock could trigger margin calls, cross-border flows, or liquidity squeezes, like I mentioned previously. Market calm today is a function of careful balance, not stability. So here's what January 22nd was actually about. Or how should I say, here's all the events that actually happened, summed up. So markets, in the markets, higher on relief, fragile condition, liquidity aware. Wait, hold on, let me just slow down. Let me backtrack and slow down a second. Markets, higher on relief, fragile, conditional, and liquidity aware. There we go. Debt and rates. Central banks constrained, inflation sticky, bonds quietly nervous. Global geopolitics. Realignment, leverage, hedging, great power competition in motion. Institutions, positioning quietly, preparing for shocks that may never appear in headlines. This wasn't dramatic, it was all structural. It wasn't panic, it was confidence. But also, it wasn't too much confidence. I would say it was more repositioning. The world moved today, as it usually does. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say today. That's everything that I'm aware of that happened that's necessarily important for the finance world and geopolitics and some of the stuff I talked about. Like I said, I was kind of reading off script about 60% of the time, if I'm being completely honest. But hopefully it wasn't too painful to watch, and like I said, I promise it'll get better within the next couple following weeks. So yeah, let's get into the next part, which is more on the personal side. Okay, so I believe that psychologically, the better dressed a person is, the more people tend to listen to them. So I want to get my point across really strongly here. That's why I kind of dressed up a little bit. So let's get into it. Your minimum is someone's maximum, but your maximum is also someone's minimum. I'm going to title this video this exact phrase: my minimum is your maximum. Now, why you might ask, because it's probably not true, but my mindset, I tell myself every single day that I'm going to work so hard that my minimum will be somebody else's maximum. I'm going to work so hard, I'm going to get out of bed early, I'm going to put in extra work, go to practice for a longer amount of time, do things that other people don't do, hence, keeping my room extremely clean because not everyone can do that, or working 15 to 20 hours a day, studying for a lot, at least 10 of those 15 to 20 hours. So the more I believe in myself, the better my results will look, because it's all about the mindset. You need to believe in yourself. You need to manifest that stuff. And I'm not saying that to be cringy or corny or whatever, like those influencers you see posting stuff with their Lamborghinis or whatever. I'm telling you this because it actually works. It's something that really has helped me in the last couple of months, years even, so to speak. So please, please, please think about that, reflect on that, and see how you can work and see if you can start believing it, because in order to do it, you actually need to believe it, not say it. You have to say it 1,000,000 times to believe it. You can't just say it once and then do it for a day and then, just give up. I want you to actually sit down, say it at least 100 times, and think about why the reason is that your minimum is someone else's maximum. Thank you very much for listening. I think this is going to be the end of the video. Not sure yet, but yeah, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe and let me know your opinion down in the comments, and I hope you have a great rest of your day or night, depending on where you are or what time it is. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.